Every morning after 60 begins with a different kind of silence. It isn't empty, it isn't lonely, it is full of messages. The world wakes up slowly, and so do you. The kettle warms the water, the tea releases its color, the sunlight stretches across the room like a soft invitation. You sit there peacefully, hands wrapped around the warmth of your cup, and yet inside your body something feels slightly different. Not painful, not frightening, just less certain than before. A gentle heaviness in the legs, a slower rhythm in your breathing, a quiet feeling that your strength is not arriving with you the way it once did, and that is the moment your body begins to whisper, not loudly, not urgently, just softly, like a friend who doesn't want to disturb your peace but needs you to listen. Many seniors think this is simply what happens after 60. They tell themselves, it's just aging. It's just normal. It's nothing to worry about. And so the message goes unheard. But doctors see it differently. They explain that the body often sends early, silent signals long before it ever shows real weakness. Not as a warning, but as a form of protection, because your body has not stopped working for you. It is still trying every day to keep you safe, steady, and strong. It simply speaks in a quieter language now. After 60, the changes don't arrive with drama, they arrive with subtlety. A little less balance when you stand, a little less clarity when you wake, a little less energy when you start the day. Nothing feels serious, but together they form a message that says, pay attention to me, help me stay strong, support me before I have to struggle. And the truth is, this isn't weakness, this is awareness trying to be born. You see, strength after 60 is not about doing more, or it is about noticing more. The small changes, the quiet feelings, the gentle signals that appear in the morning before the world fully wakes up. Doctors call these moments silent signs of weakness, not because something is wrong with you, but because your body is asking for a little more care, a little more patience, and a little more kindness than before. Think about how mornings used to feel. You would wake, stretch, stand, and move without thinking. Now you might pause for a second before getting out of bed. That pause is not weakness. That pause is your body saying, I still have strength. I just need you to move with me, not ahead of me. And that is why this message matters. Because when you understand what your body is quietly telling you, you gain the power to gently support it instead of fighting it. Aging is not the loss of strength. It is the beginning of wisdom in how you use it. Your body is not growing weaker. It is growing more honest. It is asking for rest when it needs it. It is asking for movement when it craves it. It is asking for attention when it feels unheard. And the morning is when it speaks the clearest. That is why so many doctors say, the way you feel when you first wake up tells you more than any test ever could. Because your body doesn't lie in the morning, it tells the truth before your mind has time to ignore it. That quiet tiredness, that gentle unsteadiness, that softer sense of motivation. These are not problems, they are invitations. Invitations to listen, support, and restore. And when you do, you often discover something surprising. Your strength is not gone. It was simply waiting for your attention. So today, as we explore the 3 silent signs doctors say you should never ignore after 60, I want you to listen not just with your ears, but with your memories. Think about your own mornings. Think about how your body feels when the day begins. Does it feel lighter or a little heavier? Steadier or slightly more careful? Clearer or gently slower? There is no right or wrong answer. There is only awareness, and your awareness matters. Because someone else watching this may be feeling the exact same thing and wondering if they are alone. They are not. You are not. And that is why your voice is important here. At the end of this video, I invite you to share what your mornings have been telling you lately, not for sympathy, not for worry, but for connection. Your comment could bring comfort to another senior who needs to hear, yes, I feel that too. And that shared understanding is one of the greatest strengths we have after 60. Because strength is not just in the body, it is in the heart, and in the quiet wisdom that grows when we listen, gently, patiently, and without fear. to the messages our body sends each new morning. It doesn't happen suddenly, it happens quietly. You open your eyes in the morning, you stretch your arms, you take a breath, you sit up slowly, and for a moment everything feels normal. But then you notice something small. You're not exactly refreshed, you're not in pain, you're not exhausted. You just feel a little less restored than you expected to be. As if your body rested, but didn't quite recover. This is one of the most common silent signs doctors talk about for people over 60. They explain that during sleep, your body is meant to repair itself. Your muscles relax, your nerves reset, your circulation slows and rebuilds. But after 60, that recovery process becomes more delicate. Your body still works for you, but it needs a little more kindness and a little more support than before. When that support is missing, the first place you feel it is not in the middle of the day. It's in the quietness of the morning. That is why some seniors wake up feeling slightly drained, even after what seemed like a full night's sleep. Doctors say this isn't weakness, it's simply the body's way of asking, did I get what I needed last night? Because if your body doesn't recover fully during the night, it carries a gentle heaviness into the morning. You might notice small things like your legs feel slower to move, your hands feel less steady than usual. Your desire to start the day feels softer, more cautious, more quiet. These are not problems, they are signals. Signals that your body is not getting the full restoration it once did, and that it is asking for a gentler rhythm. Doctors often see this when sleep becomes lighter. Movement during the day becomes less, hydration decreases, or the mind stays too busy before bedtime. The body never stops healing, but healing requires calm conditions. And after 60, those conditions matter more than ever. So instead of pushing your body to wake up faster, doctors suggest doing the opposite. They encourage seniors to begin their mornings with softness, not force. Start with a glass of warm water, not because it is magic, but because it gently wakes up your circulation and signals your body to begin again. Take a few deep breaths near an open window. That fresh air reminds your lungs and your mind that the day is safe and welcoming. Then, if you can, take a short walk. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be fast. Even walking to the garden, the balcony, or the front door tells your body, I am moving with you today, not against you. And those small steps are powerful. They don't just help your body feel stronger, they help it feel supported. Doctors say the real goal after 60 is not to fight weakness. It is to build restoration, because when the body feels restored, it naturally becomes stronger. It begins to respond again, more steadily, more calmly, more confidently. And here is something very important. The feeling of morning tiredness is not something to fear. It is something to notice. Your body is not telling you that something is wrong. It is simply reminding you that it wants to be cared for in a slightly different way now. And that is not weakness, that is wisdom. The wisdom of a body that has worked for you for decades and still wants to keep you safe and capable for many more years. So let me ask you something gently and with respect. When you wake up in the morning, do you feel truly rested? Or do you still feel a little bit tired, as if your energy hasn't fully arrived yet? There is no judgment here, only understanding. And your answer matters, not just for you, but for others listening too. If you feel this quiet morning tiredness sometimes, I invite you to share it in the comments. You can simply write, yes, I feel this. Or you can tell us what your mornings feel like in your own words, because strength after 60 grows not just from what doctors say, but from what we learn from each other. And your voice might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. This sign doesn't arrive with fear. It arrives with a pause. You're sitting comfortably in your favorite chair. You finish your tea. You place the cup down. You prepare to stand. And as you rise, something small happens, not a fall, not a stumble. Just a quiet moment where your body says, give me a second. So you pause, you steady yourself, and then you move again. Many seniors never think twice about that moment. They assume it's nothing. They believe it's just a natural part of aging. But doctors explain that this is one of the earliest and most gentle signals your body can send. A signal that your muscles and nerves are asking for a little more support than before. not because you are becoming weak, but because your body is becoming more honest about what it needs. After 60, the systems that help you stay balanced, your muscles, your joints, your nerves, and your inner sense of direction, begin working a little more carefully. They still work. They just ask you to slow down and move with them. And when that coordination becomes slightly reduced, the very first thing you feel is not pain. It is a brief feeling of uncertainty when you stand, turn, or begin to walk. Doctors call this the first quiet sign of changing stability. It doesn't mean danger. It simply means attention. Your balance is one of the body's most beautiful protections. It keeps you upright. It keeps you confident. It allows you to move through the day without thinking about every step. And when it changes, even slightly, your body isn't failing you. It is asking you to strengthen the connection again. You might notice little things like taking a moment before you start walking, holding onto furniture more often, feeling more careful on stairs or uneven ground. These are not weaknesses, they are adjustments. And the good news is, doctors say this type of change can be gently improved, not with force, but with awareness and simple daily habits. They suggest standing and sitting more slowly so your body has time to respond, holding a railing or a counter when you move, so your balance feels supported instead of challenged, doing light stretching each day, especially for your legs and hips, to keep your muscles flexible and active, and walking for just 5 minutes after waking to remind your body how to stay steady. These are not workouts, they are signals of care. They tell your body you are safe, you are supported, you can stay strong. And here is something deeply reassuring. Your body does not weaken all at once. It does not suddenly become fragile. It whispers first. It sends small, gentle messages long before anything serious happens. And if you listen to those whispers, you stay connected to your strength. Because balance after 60 is not about perfection, it is about partnership. Working with your body instead of against it. Moving in a way that feels calm, confident, and secure. Doctors say the seniors who pay attention to this sign early are often the ones who maintain their independence longer, not because they do more, but because they notice more. And I want you to think for a moment about your own day. Have you ever felt that small pause when you stand up? That gentle need to steady yourself before taking a step? If you have, you are not alone. Many people after 60 feel the same thing. They just rarely talk about it. That is why your experience matters here. If you've noticed even a small change in your balance recently, I invite you to share it in the comments below. You can simply say, yes, I feel this, or you can tell us what it feels like in your own words. Because when you speak, someone else reading your message may feel comforted, understood, and supported. And that shared understanding is a quiet strength we build together. Your body is not becoming weaker. It is simply asking you to listen more closely. And when you do, you often discover that your strength is still there, steady, patient, and waiting for you to move with it again. This is not memory loss. This is not confusion. It is simply a quieter beginning to your day. You wake up and for a few moments, your thoughts feel slower than they once did. Not gone, not broken, just not fully awake yet. Doctors explain that after 60, the brain needs slightly more support to feel clear and refreshed in the morning. During sleep, your brain depends on steady breathing, hydration, and gentle circulation. If any of those are reduced, your mind may feel softer, slower, or a little less sharp when the day begins. This is not something to fear. In fact, doctors say this is one of the most reversible and manageable signs of early weakness because your brain is not failing you. It is simply asking for a better morning start. And the solution is gentle. Right after you wake, drink a glass of water. Open a window and let fresh air enter the room. Move your arms slowly to awaken circulation. Let natural sunlight touch your face for a few moments. These are not exercises, they are signals. They quietly tell your nervous system, wake up now, reset, you are safe, you are strong. And your body responds to that kindness because the brain does not need force to become clear. It needs calm, oxygen, and light. That's all. And here is the most important truth doctors want seniors to understand. Weakness is not something that suddenly happens to you. It is simply something your body asks you to notice. so you can gently restore your strength before it fades. Listening is not fear. Listening is power. And when you support your mind in the morning, you protect your independence, your confidence, and your sense of peace for the years ahead. So take your time, wake up softly, and let your strength arrive with you. One calm breath at a time. If you recognized even one of these quiet signs today, please remember this. You are not weak. You are simply learning to hear your body's softer voice. And that is a form of strength many never reach. After 60, your body does not ask for perfection, it asks for understanding. Doctors say the seniors who pay attention early are the ones who remain steady, confident, and independent for many more years. So let me gently ask you, which of these 3 morning signs have you noticed in your own life? Write 1, 2, or 3 in the comments, or share your thoughts in your own words. Your experience might bring comfort to someone who is feeling the same way, but has never spoken about it. And stay close, because in the next video, we will uncover the one quiet daily habit that slowly takes away strength, and the simple way to protect yourself from it. Your strength is still with you. It has just been waiting for your attention.